Ben. What?
I just love it.
Okay, I was like,
Taman. Heard that name. Haven't heard it in a while, actually. It brings up a lot.
I grew up with Ben. Ben was the nicest human.
you're somebody who always makes me smile.
Anytime we were sledding or anything, he picked us up.
Now I want an audience. Give me a second, okay? When I think about Ben, I think about Justin Bieber, and that's kind of strange and wonderful at the same time.
This is my brother, my twin brother, Ben, and I would say that he's one of my best friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Hi, Ben, my love of my life, and we got married today. It is 10/12, and I love you so much, and I can't wait to be with you forever, and we're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna drive all over, and we're gonna eat food, and we're gonna cry, and I will die first.
Okay.
I've had so many labels throughout my life. And it's always made me wonder, what do people think of me? The last thing I want to do is scare anybody. So I made this film to ask, are you afraid? Or what am I really afraid of? What was I like growing up?
You were into adventures.
None.
We're going swimming tonight.
Why didn't you get your feet done?
If you put your brother here, they'd give him back to us. They wouldn't take him.
Look at how, give me your vicious faces.
It seemed like you were very intelligent right away, and even
Johnny, how do you like
your
your
style
dollhouse?
of play
Can you get a second?
and creative. I knew that early on.
Look at me. Who's sleeping in that bed? Check for mail. Hannah, what, are you moving, Hannah?
You're gonna put that in your room. Look at her.
You gotta put the furniture in the rooms in the house. Wait, Hannah.
So your father and I we were getting divorced, and you had just turned 2, and you were talking, and then probably at age 2.5 you stopped talking.
Tracy, look at me. I want you to smile for Daddy on your birthday.
And I thought, oh, was that the trauma of the divorce? Was there something going on that I didn't know?
Honey.
Do you remember we made the Zodiac?
I don't know the details, but yes, I do remember we made that.
Do you know that we made that movie before the movie came out?
What do you mean? Like, was it based on?
We made a movie called The Zodiac before The Zodiac with Jake Gyllenhaal came out.
Really?
Yeah, it was years before.
Huh.
Can you talk about any memories making movies with me?
Yeah, Speed Cinema.
Yeah.
I think Mom got me out of school. And then you had the shirt for me with the name tag.
Ricky.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And I remember, shooting my line. It was theater 2 down the hall. But before that, I would go, sure, that'll be $6.
Yeah. The first thing I said when they told me I had schizophrenia was, but I can't draw or paint. As if without some genius ability, it meant I couldn't have it. The first time I was diagnosed with schizophrenia was actually 2 years after I had been experiencing psychosis at all. It took that long because I was using drugs, and they don't really want to give you a diagnosis until you're sober. So I got sober about 9 months, and they gave me the diagnosis of schizophrenia. I didn't know it was coming. I think my mom did.
I didn't know that you had it. I knew that there was something going on. I knew that there was probably stress. I knew that there was anxiety, depression for sure. Sometimes I call it the trifecta. You know, before the mental illness came into play, there was addiction. And then before the addiction, I think you were 16, and you came and said that you were gay.
Right.
It was one thing after another with you.
My doctor at the time, Dr. Pat, had just a lot of plants in her office, and I just felt like I just dreamed of them just like overgrowing me, while my psychiatrist was kind of just sitting there like, yeah, Ben, you have schizophrenia.
And I remember just stopping, and time stood still for a minute.
I've been to the hospital inpatient psych ward 20 times. They're all different in some way, but similar in a lot of ways. It's hard to, you know, have responsibilities and check out, you know, completely. I wanted to be like, I want to do life. I want to do life every day. I don't want to have any checkouts. I want to not only survive, but I want to achieve my dreams. I met Nyla on Hinge, but it really felt like our ancestors were maybe trying to get us together a little bit sooner than that, after we talked about everything, our lives.
Yeah, Ben and my stories are like really tied, even way before we met each other. My grandparents lived in Chippewa Falls near his great-grandma's house, and there was this water tower as a kid that like I always biked to, and that he has memories at, me and my cousins, and he and his siblings. And it's just really iconic in my childhood, and his. One of the things that I love about Ben is how much he loves family, because my family means so much to me too. My family immigrated to the US from Egypt via Birmingham, and they went first to Clarinda, Iowa, because my grandpa is a psychiatrist and he got a job there on the grounds of Clarinda Insane Asylum, which is the name of it. I think it's still like an active mental health facility, but it's definitely like effed up history, like weird tunnels under it. And they lived on the grounds there for 3 years. In 1973, he was recruited as a psychiatrist in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. So they moved there, and he founded a mosque there. He came to the US and just kind of built this community in rural Wisconsin.
Can you believe it? We've all gotten so much older now. We are old people. I don't understand what you're talking about. No, you're looking young. You're looking great. I am only 29. You're looking good.
This mosque has been here since 1992, and everything in our life is being created by the will of God, Allah, the only one. But for this to be happening, it has to be human beings are the tool God uses to make things happen. And it happened that Dr. Taman, who has been here for many years, he was the major instrumental man who did this wonderful project. Do you know the Elmer glue, which brings people together, bring things together? And Dr. Taman, God bless his soul, he was the Elmer of our community here in Chippewa Valley.
I'll need help with that too.
Absolutely, yeah. You were with me.
Yeah, okay, I'm there.
Usually there is separate outdoor area.
Yeah.
But here, yeah, we got the place like this, so
Yes.
it's kind of limited. Whatever like water things we have to do with it. So it's about the intention. Everything is not about the intention. You might remember that. 2, 3. Everything is 3.
Everything's great.
Usually you start with the right side for everything. Yeah. You need to problem, just, you know, that's it.
We did it.
Alhamdulillah.
I'm clean.
It is the first, and for a long time continues to be the only place of a mosque or a masjid in northwestern Wisconsin. The Taman's family had and continue to have a major impact of the presence of this mosque.
Wow, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
My grandpa actually founded the children's psychiatry unit at Sacred Heart Hospital, which is the first inpatient facility Ben went to. And he founded that because he wasn't seeing proper care, especially for youth and stuff in the area, and wanted to make sure that they had that.
Did you think I was going to be the first kid of you have 4 kids. Did you think I was going to be the first kid?
No. No, not it.
I was.
You were. I remember looking at you, and you just looked like the luckiest kid alive. Yeah. Like, I just can't believe this is me and this is happening. Oh, I can say that's the happiest I've ever seen you.
Yeah.
And I just thought, this is it.
Yeah, that was super. That was fun as shit. That was one for the books. For real, that was really fun.
You brought all your friends. Henry was really feeling the love.
I have been best friends with Noah since 2nd grade, and I grew up with Ben.
You take me places I never imagined I'd ever had the chance to go. Camping in the White Desert for opera, ordering lobster at the Four Seasons on the Nile, downhill skiing, which was dangerous.
Over the past 2 years, we've talked about how we wish we could see all of the times we've crossed paths, biking around the Chippewa Water Tower, bopping around Eau Claire's Fest, living in Northeast, and who knows how many other occasions. I don't need to see all those moments to know that you've always been the one for me, and that we're making our ancestors happy.
My biological brother was at your wedding, and in the bathroom you saw him and you were like, you're my brother now too.
I said that?
Yeah.
I also was probably like browning out.
For sure. Yeah.
And I was so sweaty I didn't know what was going on. But
yeah.
The wedding was amazing. You MC'd, held it down.
It was an honor.
Yeah. Over the past 11, 12 years of having psychosis and schizophrenia, I've gone through a lot of doctors. I've had really good ones, but when I moved to Minneapolis, things kind of fell off. I didn't have a good team to help me, and I was going from doctor to doctor, some for a little while, and they would just kind of give me whatever I wanted and not really pay attention. They would never remember me. Other times I would go to an emergency type urgent care to get medicine, so I just never had a stable doctor. So I was trying all these different meds, getting really messed up on medications because they're stronger than you might imagine. Just a lot of side effects, a lot of bad side effects. It was horrible trying different medications. I was off my medications probably the first 6 months dating Nyla, and I totally lied about it. At a certain point, I wasn't functioning in a way that was contingent to having a healthy lifestyle.
Because he was starting to feel some symptoms and stuff, and it was something he wanted to make me aware of. I was really happy that he told me. It was definitely clear from the way he told me where it was he was trying to take care of himself and have someone be looking out for him.
I'm gonna see my new doctor today. It's July 7th.
So one of the first things that I was very aware of, and this was before we even met in person, so this was even through some email correspondence that we were starting to have, well, Nyla was involved in that as well, is, wow, this is somebody who's clearly really smart, really intelligent, and kind of really motivated to have something different happening in their life.
Ow.
I saw my new doctor, and she's awesome.
And so I would say, rather than a diagnosis, what I was struck by is that you had all these attributes that indicated to me that if we were just patient together and really joined forces together, we would find a pathway for you that worked.
And we did, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, just so many appointments all the time, and this one, you know, I definitely saw you're less frustrated, and she was definitely listening to you, and I think she really cares about you. Like, she moved up this appointment for you.
For like months and months.
And she's like the head of everything, and she wants to see you. And I just like how she talked to you, you know, like you've already, I'm sure you've experienced this.
Yeah.
But let me hear about it.
But there was a little part of me that went, this person has also had a really rough time of things up to now.
Yeah.
You'd had multiple hospitalizations, some of them for quite serious suicidal ideation and gestures. You were obviously had been spending a lot of time casting around for who am I, how do I fit in the world, what kind of interactions do I want with people. So there were also some things that had me kind of a little bit on the worried side.
Yeah.
I was worried about volatility. In particular, I was worried about suicidality, potentially. But for me, the strengths that you had, the multiple strengths, far outweighed those pieces. But I would be lying if I said that wasn't there.
Oh, interesting.
You know, you know, I wondered if you were one of those kinds of people where, you know, on a Friday afternoon, I'd be getting the phone call. You know.
And I was that kind of person. You know, I had been.
When you're I feel like mental illness, you have to constantly come out about it.
Yeah.
In a similar way that sometimes we have to come out as being queer, as being trans. All the iterations of coming out, you have done on the outside with ease. Because I know the tea. I know on the inside, behind the scenes, it is not easy. There's a lot of trial and error. There's a lot of like a prayer and a whisper and across the fingers, and that's what you got behind the scenes. But yeah, you come out every day.
This program is part of a national network, and your participation, your willingness to participate, means that you get to contribute to helping people in the future do better, have better treatments, have better outcomes, get seen more quickly. You have contributed to something which is actually much, much bigger. There's going to be legacy work that will continue for probably the next several decades. And we're seeing some really, really interesting findings that we're now going to be able to share nationally and internationally. And some of the findings are around, how should I say, some of the things you've articulated, which is the importance of personalizing how we approach treatments, not one size fits all. The importance of involving family and how people do better when we get the family involved right away.
Do you think I'm weird?
No. No.
Do you think I'm weird?
Yes, you're so weird, and I love you so much.
You're not a regular person in that, you know, you're not just like robot-y, you know, like you have personality, and it comes shining through in so many different ways.
I think that the weird that you are is, I can see it and I'm trying to describe it. It's sort of like when you learn about something wonderful that exists in the natural world or the universe, and you're like, how could that possibly be true? You know, like how many colors a mantis shrimp sees, or like what the singularity is in a black hole. Like it's so real that it boggles your mind. And I feel like that about you.
I've made it farther than I thought I would. I wasn't even sure I'd make it to 30. I don't know if it's a miracle or all this work I've put in, but I'm glad I'm here. And maybe it's not so much what people think of me that matters, just making sure I put into the world what I want out of it.